Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you all? I hope you are good and taking good care of yourselves and your loved ones. Yes, so this is your English class and this is your video lecture 1 for the week 2. And today we are going to start a very interesting topic. But before starting our topic, we will talk about our learning attainments. So, students, at the end of our lesson, we will be able to identify two basic types of verbs, finite verb and non-finite verb, and we will further talk about the three different types of non-finite verb. We will also be able to distinguish between these types and we will understand their formation, how they operate, and then we will make our own sentences using these type of verbs. Okay, now we are going to start our lecture. Yes, the topic is finite verb and non-finite verb. So my dear students, in this chapter we will talk about the two types of verb and further we will talk about the three types of non-finite verb: infinitives, gerunds and present participles. Okay, now we are going to start it. But first of all, we will have our warm-up activity. Yes, so class, how many parts of speech are there and which is the most important part of speech among every part of speech? So first of all, we will answer our first question that there are 8 parts of speech: noun, verb, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. And in this chapter, in this lesson, we are going to talk about verbs. Yes, why verb is considered the most important part of speech? Because verb shows an action and every sentence contains a verb. Every sentence is a combination of two components, subject and verb. That is why verb is considered the most important part of speech as it shows an action. Yes, so how many types of verb? There are two main types of verb: finite verb and non-finite verb. Okay, now we will talk about finite verb. Finite verb is also called main verb because it shows the main action. And as I told you earlier that a sentence contains two things, subject and an action. Action mean verb. So basically sentence is a combination of these two things, these two components. It means a finite verb shows the main action and every finite verb will have some agreement or connection with the subject. So basically finite verb has a limited or finite agreement with the subject. Yes, it has some connection with the subject because it depends upon the usage of subject, and the three parameters of subject upon which the verb depends are tense, person, number. Now we will see how the main finite verb depends upon these three parameters. So first of all, we will talk about finite verb changes as per tense. Means in this slide we will talk about the dependence of finite verb upon the tense. Means how it changes by changing the tense. Now first of all, tell me how many types of tenses are there? Yes, so there are 3 types of tenses: present, past and future. So these are the 3 tenses: present, past and future. So now see the example. I play cricket every day. In this sentence, the word play is showing the action that happens every day. It means it is a present tense. So in the second example, I played cricket yesterday. So this one is the first form and this is the second form. And in past tense, we always use the second form. Now see how the verb is changing according to the tense. how the form of the verb is changing according to the tense. So in this sentences, the word play is showing the main action, and how its forms is changing according to the tense. Means in present tense we are using the first form, and in past tense we are using the second form. Okay. Yes, the finite verb or the main verb also changes according to the person. So there are three types of person: first person, second person, and third person. First person is I, second person is you, and the third person is he or she. Now look at the example. I wash clothes daily. Now in this sentence, the I is subject and the word wash is verb, as it's showing the action. And now look at the second example. She washes clothes daily. Now here the action is washes. But how the finite verb is changing? Like with I, we have used only wash without S and ES. But with she, we have used first form of verb adding S and ES with it. So this is how the finite verb also changes according to the person. Okay? Yes, finite verb also changes as per the number. So according to number, we have two categories: singular and plural. Now look at the subject: books, book, and books. So the here book is single thing, and here are so many books. So book is on the table, books are on the table. It means with a singular thing we use is, and with plural thing we use are. So here is and are the form of be, and be is also a verb. So we can also have an idea that how the finite verb also changes according to the number. So we have talked that finite verb changes according three parameters of the subject: according to the tense, according to the number, and according to the person. Okay? I hope you have got this idea that how finite verb functions and how the finite verb changes according to the three parameters. Yes, now the second type of verb, non-finite verb. Non-finite verb is also known as auxiliary verb because the non-finite verb does not act as the main verb, and it also does not depend upon the subject. It means a non-finite verb does not have any agreement or does not have any connection with the subject. So the non-finite verb cannot perform action as root of an independent clause. Independent clause means a simple sentence. Here it does not function as a verb. Now look at the example. He found his office at a walking distance. Now here the subject is he, and the word found is our main verb. Class, remember one thing: we always put the main action, the main verb with the subject. The main verb and subject always come together. So here you can see that the found word is our main verb because it is placed with the subject. He found his office at a walking distance. So here again the word walking is a verb, is showing an action, but it is not acting as the root of the action. It is not acting as a main verb. Now look at the other example. He will find his office at a walking distance. So again here he is subject and will find is verb. But again the walking is not showing an action. So the finite verb or the main verbs are found and will find because they are showing their attachment, their interaction, their connection with the subject. But the verb walking is not showing any agreement with the subject. So class, if the non-finite verbs do not act as a main verb, so how they perform their action in a sentence? Okay, This is the question which can arise in our mind, that if they do not action as a main verb, so what is their function in a sentence? Yes, now we are going to talk about that how they perform their action in a sentence. Yes, a point to ponder, a point to think about. Non-finite verbs do not function like a main verb. They can act as following in a sentence. They can act as a noun because we have talked about the eight parts of speech. So among those 8 parts of speech, a verb can act like any of those 8 parts of speech. A non-finite verb can act like a noun, it can act as an adjective, it can act as an adverb in a sentence. So if a non-finite verb acts as a noun in a sentence, then it is called a gerund. And if it acts as an adjective, then it is called present participle. And if it acts as an adverb, then it is called infinitive. Now, first of all, we will talk about this. Yes, what is a gerund? It is a form of non-finite verb which acts as a noun. Now, class, tell me quickly, what is a noun? Yes, very good. Noun is a name of any place, person, or thing. So we can also say that noun is a naming word. So it means in a sentence, if a verb is acting as a noun, if it is acting as a naming thing, then it will be a gerund. Now, a verb can act as a noun in a subject in two manners. It can act as a subject, it can act as an object. Now here a question also arises here, that what is a subject? Yes, I told you earlier that the verb is an action and the one who performs the action is called subject. The one who performs the action is called subject, and the one who receives the action is called an object. Now class, look at the two examples. Writing is an exchange of ideas. So here the word writing is a verb, but it is not acting as a main verb. And as it is placed in the start of the sentence, so it is acting as a gerund here because it is behaving like a noun. Now look at the other example. I love swimming. So I is the subject as it is performing the action, and the action is love. So it is our main verb, finite verb. And swimming, as swimming is also an action, but here it is not an action. Here it is acting as a noun. And as it is also placed at the place of object, so it is also a gerund, but here it is acting as an object gerund. So the word writing is subject gerund and the word swimming is an object gerund. Okay? Yes. So, present participle. It is a form of non-finite verb which acts as an adjective. It means if a non-finite verb acts as an adjective, then it is called a present participle, and it is formed by adding ing with the first form of verb. Now class, look at the example. He jumped from a running train. So the subject is he and the action is jumped, so it is the verb. Now running train. First of all, tell me what is an adjective. Yes, hurry up. Yes, so the word adjective is a word that qualifies a noun. The word who shows the quality of a noun is called an adjective. So it means the word adjective will be placed with noun. So now look at the example. He jumped from a running train. He is the subject, jumped is verb, and the noun is train. So our noun is train, and the word running here is qualifying train. So it means the word running here is acting as a present participle, means it is acting as an adjective. Again, I really like this dancing doll. So the word I is subject and our main verb is like. Doll is noun as it is the name of a thing, and dancing doll, the word dancing is a action is a verb, but as it is placed before a noun, so it is qualifying the noun, acting as an adjective, and will be known as non-finite verb or present participle. Clear? So we have looked at how a non-finite verb acts as a noun means gerund, how it acts as an adjective means present participle. Now we will see that how a non-finite verb acts as an adverb. Yes. So first of all, tell me what is an adverb, class? Quickly. Yes. Good. Adverb is a word that qualifies a verb. Means it adds quality to the verb or to the action, and it is formed by adding to with the first form of verb. So you can say that these points are the hints for guessing infinitives or participles or gerunds. Now look at the example. He reads book to gain knowledge. So here he is the subject, the action finite verb is reads. Gain is also a verb and action, but here it is qualifying the action reads, that why this boy reads the book, because he reads the book to gain knowledge. So this word to gain is infinitive, as it is also an adverb here. Syra likes to play piano. So the word Syra is subject, likes is verb, but the word to play is infinitive, means a form of non-finite verb. So class, there are some video links which you have to watch very carefully, and these videos will help in better understanding about this concept, about the concept of finite verb and non-finite verbs. And now we will have a big fat review. We will wrap up our lecture in a short summary. We talked about the two types of verb, finite verb and non-finite verb, and we further talked about the three types of non-finite verb: gerunds, participles, and infinitive. Okay? So, what is a finite verb? A verb that has an agreement with the subject, and it also depends upon the three parameters of subject: number means singular and plural category, upon the person, first, second, third person, and upon the tense, that past, present, or future tense. And what is a non-finite verb? A non-finite verb is a verb that has no agreement with the subject and its three parameters. Other than this, it can act as a noun, means as a gerund. It can act as an adjective, means participle, and it can also act as an adverb, means infinitive. So I hope you have understood the concept, and it will help in better understanding about the finite verb and non-finite verb. So class, best of luck. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.